Listen carefully. On May 24th, thousands of aspirants will walk into the UPSC examination hall with 2 years of preparation, hundreds of mock tests, and a massive content accumulation. But many of them will still fail, not because they lack knowledge, but because they lost emotional control between 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. UPSC Prelims GS paper is no longer a pure knowledge paper. It is now a decision making paper, an elimination paper, and most importantly, a psychological stability paper. Today, I will show you exactly how to attempt the GS paper in prelims, what to do. I will show you what not to do, and I will show you how to handle two option confusion, and I will show you how toppers psychologically survive the paper inside the hall. This is your GS exam hall operating system. This is what we called. Before the paper starts, actually, before 9:30 a.m., your paper has already started psychologically. How? Most aspirants destroy themselves outside the hall. How? They discuss current affairs. They discuss expected cutoffs. They discuss random economy topics. They discuss, bro, this question will come. They discuss and mock test fear. They discuss all these types of things. To not do this, because anxiety spreads socially. The moment your nervous system becomes unstable, reading speed falls, comprehension weakens, elimination power collapses. So, inside prelims, clarity is more valuable than excitement. Second important point, do not enter the hall with this mindset like I must know every question. That mindset is suicidal for modern UPSC. Instead, think like this: I only need controlled decisions rather than I must know every question. That changes the entire psychology of the paper. And this collapse starts much earlier than students realize. At 9:47 a.m., after 11 difficult questions, many aspirants stop reading properly. Their eyes move across the page, but comprehension shuts down psychologically. This is going to happen. Now listen very carefully. The biggest mistake in GS paper 1 is this. What is this? Students try solving the paper emotionally from question 1 to question 100 continuously, from first question to last question. This is the wrong approach. UPSC papers are not arranged chapter wise. They are not arranged difficulty wise. And they are definitely not emotionally friendly. They are not emotionally friendly. Sometimes question number 1 is brutal and question number 2 is confusing. Question number 3 is unfamiliar and question number 4 is suddenly becomes easy. That type of engineering in question formation UPSC will do. It is doing, happening. UPSC intentionally creates a psychological instability early in the paper. Your job is not to emotionally react. Your job is to maintain tempo. This is why you need the 3 round GS system. What is called the 3 round general studies system. What is the 3 round system? Round 1 9:30 a.m. to 10:10 a.m. Round 2 10:10 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. and round 3 10:55 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. and final OMR 11:50 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. This is broadly strategy of round system, 3 round GS system. Comes to the round 1. This is 9:30 a.m. to 10:10 a.m. This is the easy kill zone. It consists 40 minutes. Your objective here is not perfection. Your object here is momentum, build momentum, confidence, and fast score accumulation. In round 1, attempt only questions where clarity comes quickly. Elimination is strong. Our concepts are directly visible. These type of questions. If a question feels easy, finish it immediately and move. Do not become emotionally attached to difficult questions early. This is a massive trap. You may waste your time in that questions. One more thing you have to remember very clearly, each question having same marks, carrying same marks, whether it is difficulty or whether it is easy. So you have to pick low hanging fruits. So you have to do the round system. Now understand this carefully. If a question takes more than 45 to 50 seconds and you still feel confused, what you have to do is mark it mentally and move forward. Because one dangerous question can destroy the rhythm, confidence, and a time structure. And please remember this very carefully. In the first 10 questions feel difficult, do not panic. UPSC often creates early paper psychological shock. Ignore it completely. By the end of round 1, you should ideally attempt around 35 to 45 high confidence questions. That gives psychological control over the paper. This is all about round 1. Then moving to round 2, that is elimination zone. That is from 10:10 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. Now this is the real prelims is starting from here. This is the two option confusion zone. And this is where selection actually happens. Most aspirants know facts, but very few aspirants know how to eliminate structurally. Let me show you the major UPSC traps here. There are 4 traps here we are going to discuss. That is trap number 1, extreme words. Be careful when options contain always, only, completely, entirely, exclusively, and mandatory. UPSC usually avoids absolute certainty. Usually, extreme wording is often a trap. Often. This is the trap number 1, extreme words trap. UPSC usually avoids absolute certainty, not compulsorily, usually. Extreme wording is often a trap. Often. We are moving to trap number two, that is scope expansion. What is the scope expansion trap here is question asks about climate finance, for example. Option suddenly expands into global poverty eradication, universal development transformation, broad governance architecture. So these are too broad, likely trap. Most probably you have to confine with the question rather than scope expansion. And moving the next trap, that is institutional mismatch trap. This is trap number three. This is very important. For example, RBI controlling fiscal deficit, WTO enforcing biodiversity treaties, World Trade Organization, Finance Commission imposing taxes. These are the mechanism mismatches. Eliminate immediately. We are moving to trap number four, that is reverse logic. What is reverse logic trap? Trap. Very dangerous trap. This is very dangerous UPSC strategy. Statement looks familiar, but the cause effect direction is reversed. Students recognize words but miss structural logic. That is how UPSC traps memorization based. So structural logic is also most important than recognizing the words. Many aspirants do not fail because UPSC defeated them. They fail because one difficult polity question emotionally hijacked the next 15 questions. That is the actual thing here happened. Comes to the next topic, that is smart guessing. Next model. Now understand this very carefully. Not all guesses are bad. If two options remain and elimination removed the other two strongly, then controlled risk is acceptable because here two options only there. That is why, rather than four options. But blind aggression is dangerous here also. UPSC rewards probability management, not emotional gambling. Let me take an example. Suppose UPSC asks, the Finance Commission can impose cess for fiscal stabilization. Many students panic because the sentence sounds institutional, but structurally taxation power is not with the Finance Commission. So that is why here mechanism mismatch. So you have to eliminate it. This is also we discuss in the institutional trap, where we discussion the institutional mismatch trap in the trap number three. So that is why you have to be very careful. And we are going to the round three, that is final pressure zone. This is from 10:50 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. Now only difficult questions remain here. This is where emotions become dangerous. Why? How? Some aspirants suddenly panic and think, I must increase attempts. And then they destroy their score. Why? Because the moment you hear pages flipping rapidly around you, many aspirants unconsciously start increasing speed without increasing clarity. Yes, in the room, examination hall, students are flipping the pages rapidly around you. So many aspirants like you unconsciously unconsciously start increasing speed without increasing clarity. Without increasing clarity, mistakes will happen. The clarity is most important thing rather than speed. So clarity is missing. So listen carefully. If you have zero idea, no elimination, and no conceptual intuition, leave the question. Don't solve the question. There is no shame in leaving uncertainty. The real danger is ego based over attempting. When doesn't know about the question, you may attempt that question. The question will be wrong. You may get negative marking rather than getting the marks. You are losing the marks. So that is why you have, if you have no idea, no elimination, and no conceptual intuition, please leave the question without any shame, without any ego, because you may exceptional chance to last the marks. So that is why you have to leave that particular question. And now comes the most ignored idea, OMR discipline. What is OMR discipline here? Every year, many aspirants lost marks because bubbles shifted, question numbers mismatched, or panic rushed the filling. Never fill OMR emotionally. Check alignment, skip rows, and sequence carefully, because this is most important thing. Some students told me, like, without correct bubbling them, they lost marks. So they even didn't qualify the prelims examination. So you have to be very careful about OMR discipline, OMR bubbles, question number mismatched. Don't do panic rush in the filling of the OMR sheet, whatever it is. Second important point here is, do not suddenly attempt 80 to 10 blind guesses in the last minutes. Do not suddenly attempt 8 to 10 blind guesses in the last minutes, because you have the better chances to lose marks. That is desperation, not strategy. Desperation will not work in UPSC prelims examination. Strategy only works. And one more important thing, do not keep changing answers repeatedly. Your first structured elimination is often more accurate than panic revision. Your first structured elimination is often more accurate than panic revision. Change only if you discover a definite evidence. Otherwise, don't change the options. UPSC does not reward the fastest mind. It rewards the most stable mind under uncertainty. UPSC prelims is not testing how many PDFs you collected. It is testing whether your mind remains stable when certainty disappears inside the hall. The winner is not the aspirant with the most emotion. It is the aspirant with controlled tempo. elimination discipline, stable decision making, and psychological neutrality under the pressure. That is the real GS paper 1 strategy for UPSC Prelims 2026. On May 24th, do not enter the hall trying to become a hero. Enter the hall trying to remain structurally stable for next 120 minutes. That is the most important thing you have to do. That is how prelims is cleared. And remember this carefully. UPSC does not reward panic. It rewards precision under uncertainty. I'm again and again I'm saying these words. Thank you. Stay cold, stay precise. I will see you after the examination.